everybody. Welcome back, and welcome to another cool adventure with Adventure Coolness. So, Laura, you know what I used to do when I was a little kid? Like, I don't know, from around the ages of 8 through 14?
What's that?
Well, one of my favorite hobbies was building model airplanes. Now, if you guys can remember, especially you guys who are Generation X like me, remember when we were real little, the first model airplanes we built were what were called snap tight, okay? They didn't need glue. Did you ever see those?
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know if they're still around.
Probably not.
But that was the brand. It was called snap tight. And then later on, you know, of course, I watched my brother, and he would make model airplanes using model airplane glue. And then as I got to be like 10 or 11, then I started doing all of that. And I got better and better until about the time I was around, you know, maybe 13. And that's when I was just like deep into model airplane making. And I made some of the best model airplanes you've ever seen, almost to the point where I was thinking about becoming a competitor in the hobby.
So you had quite the skill.
I did. Yeah, I got real good at it. So why might you ask, am I telling you guys this story? Well, one of my favorite model airplanes to build was the F-4 Phantom fighter jet. That was one of my favorites. And I've built many of them, at least I'm gonna say 6, but my absolute favorite one was the one that my stepfather bought for me. I think I was around 12 or 13 at the time. You know how you can buy the real big ones? They're about 1.5 to 2 feet long. He paid $46 for that thing. Back then, you know, $46 was a lot of money, you know, for a kid like me. But yeah, we went out and he actually got me the big one, and I was in heaven. So yes, the F-4 Phantom jet was my absolute favorite model to build, and it's always been my favorite plane to observe back in the late 70s and early 80s when I would go to air shows and things like that, and it was just cool. And the number 2 position would be, of course, the A-10 Warthog. But getting back to the F-4 Phantom, why are we out here today, and what are we going to be looking at? Well, a few days ago, Laura and I were in Quartzsite, Arizona, and they have 2 F-4 Phantoms on display right near their city park. And I said, Laura, I know what we can do for an AC adventure. I know where an F-4 Phantom crashed into the side of the hill, and it's not too far from Parker, Arizona. Mm-hmm. So we did a little bit of research because it seemed like nobody really wanted to reveal this location. And then when we eventually found it by doing some internet super sleuthing, yep, we learned that the same folks that probably went out to Camp Bouse and kind of clean up the area and put up a new flag and things like that, they came out here and also put up a flag, an American flag and a Marine flag, at the crash site of where this Phantom crashed. And that's where we're headed to right now. So you can see, looking out the hood cam, that this road is really well used. A lot of people come out here to take a look at the debris. They cleaned up most of the debris, but there is still some pieces left behind, which has me scratching my head. You know, it's like, after the plane crashed, obviously they're going to recover the cockpit and the engines and things like that, but they left a few pieces behind. I can't quite figure out why they did that instead of just, you know, cleaning up 100% of it, mm-hmm, like they usually do. Yeah. In an area like this that's accessible, you can do that. Mm-hmm. Do you know anything more about this crash, Laura?
From what I gather, it happened on October 22nd, 1975.
Okay.
It was a recon flight that was headed back to El Toro, and for whatever reason, the plane went out of control. The pilot ordered the flight specialist to evacuate. Uh-huh. He made it out all right, but the pilot did not survive. He died in the crash.
He wasn't able to punch out in time.
No.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta go. That's a big boulder. And so yeah, it's from the little bit that I read, it sounded like the plane hit the side of this hill doing at about what, 300, 400.
Yeah, it was still going at a pretty good speed.
Pretty good clip. So yeah, that's unfortunate for the pilot. I don't know if there was something wrong with the ejection seat or anything like that. It could have been one of those things.
It might have just happened so suddenly that by the time he ordered the other guy out, it was too late for him.
It was too late. That's too bad. Well, here's what we're gonna do. So we're almost to the area where everybody parks. We're gonna park up there, and then I'm gonna get out the Vomit Comet and look around the hillside to see how many pieces of debris that we can see, instead of just working our way like in a zigzag pattern up and down the hill all day. So we'll use Vomit Comet for a little bit of recon, and then after that we'll break out the selfie sticks and get a close-up look at all these at the pieces that are left behind. Okay guys, this is gonna be fun. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started here at this small parking area, and you can see the flag higher up on the hill. We have a path here everybody's been walking to go up there. So my goal is, I'm not going to spend too much time in Vomit Comet. I just want to observe the hillside, see if we can see any wreckage higher up on the side of the hill. Obviously, we've got the largest piece right here, and it sure is nice that the veterans came out and did this. That's really super cool. And then there's also a plaque that I saw in a photo on the internet. Somebody put a plaque down here and pop riveted it into the wreckage. But we'll get a closer look at that in a little bit. But yeah, we got the American flag here and a Marine flag. So there's just one piece of the wreckage right there. Let's go higher up on the hill and see what we can see. We have another one here, right there. Let's go up here a little ways. There's another one. There's part of the that's the wing we saw on the internet, Laura.
Yeah. It does blend in pretty well with the hillside.
Sure does.
And I mean, any of the pictures that we saw before, there was no flag here, and we've been in this area a couple of times. We didn't know that there was a wreck, and then just today was when we saw the flag, so it must have been placed very recently.
I'm guessing probably within the last week or so. That
would make sense, because we were out here last month, a couple weeks ago, and we didn't see anything.
Yeah, we didn't. No, there was nothing then. So far we've got at least 4 or 5 pieces of wreckage. Okay, let's keep on climbing up the side of the hill. There's the part of the engine. We saw that in the photo too.
Yeah.
Well, it's the what do they call that?
Is that the thruster?
Well, the name's not. You guys know. You know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you what. I'll show you a picture of one of the Phantom jets that we saw in Quartzsite. There you go, right there. That's what I'm talking about. There's a specific name for it, and I know it's not heat shield, but all right. Let's keep looking. Anything up here? Not seeing anything here.
Is there anything off to the right?
Tell you what, let's just go let's just go straight up the hill. Because obviously, when you're at that rate of speed and you hit a hill, a lot of things are going to go flying. Let's see if anything is up top. There's something there. What is that? Looks like a cairn.
I think that's just an impression in the ground.
Yeah, that's all that is. Yep. And a cairn. Okay, let's circle around here. I'll get a little higher. All right, let's get back down. Well, Honestly, I want to take another, I want to do a better look up here real quick since I'm here. Let's just fly this way. I think right about in here we would be definitely out of the debris field. We'll go back up in here real quick. I'll just kind of orbit and see if we can see anything, but I'm not seeing nothing. Yeah. Oh. Transmission failure. Yeah, I know, I'm dipping below the... Alright, Vomit Comet. We'll get you going back down over here. Okay, let's work our way back down the hill again. Alright, slow her down, slow it down. We don't need to be going that fast. There we go. You seeing anything, Laura? I'm not.
No,
nothing yet.
Nothing yet. If you veer off to the left a little bit more, I wonder if there's anything over there.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to go down to flag, and then circle back up on that left. On that.
That would be on the right side when you go back up the hill.
Right. That's what I'm going to do. We're at 61% here. Okay, we're back into the debris field. Now let's take a closer look off to the right. See if we can see anything. You know, that's not to say there isn't, you know, small pieces
that have kind of been buried over time since it happened in the mid-70s.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
No, me neither. So it looks like just those larger pieces in that one area.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go up a little bit higher just to make sure. Okay, let's turn it back around. There we go. And then we'll fly through the main debris field. There we go.
It almost looks like they had a road built up the hillside to...
Oh, look at that.
Pieces. Yeah, it looks like an old road cut.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I see that too.
Yeah.
It's you can if I stop the drone right here, what Laura is looking at, look at the rock. It's kind of like
altered.
It's altered. It's been pushed aside or something through here. That's probably like what you said, that when they had to bring the equipment up to put the pieces on a trailer or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well there you go, guys. I think you all get the gist of this. So now it's time to go into selfie stick mode and get a close-up look at all these various pieces. Okay, so we're going to land the drone. We'll be back with you in just a bit. All right, there we go, off and running here. Just follow the path. So we're really happy that you guys are enjoying our new channel, Adventure Coolness. And we just wanted to let all of you know that memberships are now activated on the channel. So if you want to become a channel member, it's only $5 a month. And what that gets you is, as soon as an Adventure Coolness video is uploaded to the scheduler, you guys get to watch it immediately. You don't have to wait till Sunday to watch the video. So just drop down into the description area. The link is there, or you can just hit the join button on our channel's homepage, and that's where you can sign up for memberships. Okay, let's kind of look at things from this vantage point right there. That's where we're headed. These rocks that you're seeing here, all of these black round rocks, this is all basalt. It's coming down from an ancient lava field that occurred through this area back when, before the continents broke apart, during the age of Pangea. And now with erosion, that's what's brought down all of these dark rocks from the layers higher up on the side of the hill up there. Okay, here we go. This is pretty darn interesting. This is, I guess this would be our first crash site for the channel, huh?
Yeah, we were trying to think of something kind of different than what we've done before, and Gly said, well, what about plane crash? There might be one in the area.
And then what I did, guys, is when I was researching this site and trying to figure out where it was, I found another website that shows where all of the military plane crashes have occurred all throughout Arizona and Nevada.
Ah.
And that opened the door to many more AC adventures in the future. Yeah. All right, let's look out this direction. Obviously, this is the tail, not the tail section, but the back part of the plane right here. The tail section would have been off that direction. This is more of the center part of the fuselage right here. And then if it would still be here, the cockpit and the nose of the plane would stretch out that direction in the orientation that this piece of debris is laying right now. So somewhere, okay, there's the plaque, Laura, right there. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna take some close-up photos. Here's gonna be the first one because the camera does a pretty good job, but we're gonna do a close-up for you. Here, take a look. Right there. Okay. Look at the oil in there. You see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the 360 camera way up in here. And I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna put the 360 right there, and then I'm gonna rest it so it's super stable right here. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate the 360 around real slow that you guys can get a good look at the inside of this. Over there, and over there. It looks to me, at first observation, it looked like this was oil in here, but it's not. Somebody actually threw some paint on this to camouflage it. That's what's going on here. See this paint?
Yeah.
I think probably during the late 70s or 80s, somebody came out here to try to camouflage the wreckage.
Okay.
Is what it's looking like to me. Very interesting. Oh, you know what this is? Here, just point the camera, Laura. I'm gonna put mine out this direction. So, right here, this is where the arrestor, so if you're landing the plane on an aircraft carrier, the hook, okay, the cable is the arrestor. This is the hook. It was hooked in right here, and it came back and folded up to right here. See, this is what we saw down in Quartzsite.
Yeah.
And that's what holds it in place. And then this drops down so that it can catch that cable. So we're looking at the underside of the aircraft right here. All right, let's flip around and show you guys everything from the backside. Here's your tail. Very good. Okay, I think we covered that piece pretty good. Let's head over here, take a look at this.
Yeah, you can see flickers of the paint over here on the rocks too.
It's on the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody definitely tried camouflaging it. All right. So what piece do we have here? Let's look. Kind of hard to make out. I think it's more of boy, it's really hard to tell.
It's more
because
of
it's
the tail section.
Yeah, it's so folded. I mean, you can see the impact, what it did. It kind of folded up in a wave pattern like a crushed can.
Yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look at it from this angle. All right. Okay. All right, let's go higher on the hill. We'll take a look at the rear, the tail section up here. This should be interesting. See, because now when I show you guys the photo of the aircraft from down in Quartzsite, here, let's pop one of those up right now. Because I took one of the tail section. That's this photo right here. There you go. All right, now let's look at it from this angle. And that is certainly it. Except I believe we're looking at this would be the underside. So it's flipped over, I think.
Is that another part of the hook right there?
I think so. Not 100% sure. We got to go back. Let's go back to that photo again and see if we can see that hook right there. Take a look, guys. And then back to the wing here. Kind of orientate you to what we're looking at. Another piece over here, all folded up. Okay, let's get a look from this angle. Around this way. Right there. I love anything aircraft. It's always been one of my interests. All right. Okay, next piece here. That's definitely part of the fuselage there. Yeah. And then eventually we're gonna work our way up the hill to the engine. There. Yeah, let's get a look at it from this direction. Right here. Hey, Laura, come on up here a second. I want to point something out to you. You see the printing right there, right over there on that can. Right.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna afterwards. Let's get a close up of that. But
All
for
right.
you guys, you're gonna be able to look at it right now. Take a look. Maybe we can see what that says.
Yeah. It looks like it's still legible enough, so we should be able to get a photo of it.
Okay. All right. There you go, guys. All right. And then work our way higher. Here we have the engine, or the cowling, or the heat shield. There's a smaller piece. Oh, my shadow's in it. There we go. Let's try it. Look at it from that angle. Here. All right, let's do another comparison. Let's go back to Quartzsite. Take a look at this photo so you know what we're looking at. And now the wreckage. Here we go. So what these do, guys, is right here, they pinch. They take the thrust coming out of the jet and, like, you know, I'm looking for a good word to use here, kind of like hone it in or pinch it down, okay, and then you can widen it too. So like if you're in afterburner mode, if you put it into full afterburner, obviously these things are going to pinch to a smaller diameter or a smaller orifice around the thrust coming out of the back of the engine, okay? But the engine is stuffed up underneath, all right? This sits out and around and away from the engine. All right, let's turn around here and get a look at it from this angle. I know there's some guys out there that know a heck of a lot more than me, and there's some big eye rolls going on right now. But like I said in past videos, our channel is all about observing to the best of my knowledge.
We don't claim to be experts.
I do not claim to be an expert. I'm just observing, even though those observations are sometimes wrong. All right. This is what I like about aircraft, Laura, is all of the intricate
all the details,
parts and components, and every single thing has that wire on it to keep the little nuts and bolts and things like that from backing off due to vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really interesting. If there's ever an air show in town, I'm always going to it. I just love them. All right, let's look at it from this angle. All right. And then I think I heard a bunch of you guys screaming at your screens. Oh, point the camera up in the... Okay, I'll do that. Let's turn around here. Let's point the camera up there. You can get a good look at it. Yeah, that whole thing's been crushed. I see that now. Like it's been stepped on. That's all from the impact. And that's it, Laura. I think that there wasn't any more pieces higher up.
No, the only thing that I noticed, which it might have just been a shard of material, was when we were down closer to the flag off to the right, there was some sort of reflection over there, but it didn't seem like the piece was that large.
No, this piece of the engine, this piece up on the hill was the last of it.
Yeah.
Let's get one more look at it from this angle. There you go. Okay, this way. All right. And looking back down, this piece and off that direction there. Okay. All right, guys, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Laura and I are going to do a little bit more poking around here. Just make sure we don't miss anything. So give us about 15-20 minutes. That'll be 15-20 for us, but for you guys, it'll be like right now. All right, back again, guys. So yeah, I noticed something here I wanted to point out to you. Let me flip the camera around. So you notice on the tail section that some of these bolts are missing. One is still there, but there's a whole bunch that are missing. Now, we don't know. We're just kind of wondering why that is. Now, for this episode, let me get over here. We're not going to be putting out the coordinates to this location. If you guys want to find it, you're going to have to do a little bit of super sleuthing on the internet yourselves. But if you guys do find it, please don't take souvenirs. It's disrespectful. It is. It really is. Just come out here and observe. If you want to take some pictures, that's fine, but don't take any of the debris with you. Don't do that. No. Please don't do that. And I think maybe that's part of what's going on out here. Yeah. People getting little souvies. Well, now that they have the flag up too, if people kind of wonder what's up there, then obviously if they drive all the way up here, then they'll be able to see what it is. Yeah. But otherwise, it's still a bit off the main road. I mean, I knew the general area where it was, and then it's the flag blowing in the wind, which caught my attention, so it was obvious. But if you're just driving around, you might not even notice it. Yeah, don't disrespect our veterans and the service for our country. Don't do that. Just come up here, take photos, and leave it at that. All right, so yeah, we poked around a little bit more. Pretty much that's all that we saw. So pretty neat. I enjoyed coming out here today. It was worth it. Yeah, it was an interesting sight. I mean, it's unfortunate that the pilot couldn't make it out in time. Yeah. But at least one person did survive the crash. And there is more details about that on the internet. So check it out. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for coming along on another fun adventure. We really appreciate you hanging out with us this Sunday, and we'll see y'all again next week Sunday. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.